What's good, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. I know y'all have missed the movie content. I know a lot of you guys, a lot of you subscribers that are returning are here for the movie content. Now, granted, a lot of you have been a lot nicer than others about missing the movie content, okay? But that's okay. You know what I'm saying? If they want to leave, they can leave. This channel is for bad bitches only. So, if you're watching this, you know what you are. But I'm kind of going with something a little bit newer for this video. I wanted to do this for a little bit, but I kind of just took a break from watching movies for a while. I mentioned that in a previous video, but I really just been like watching TV and like YouTube. I really got to get my ass off YouTube, man. But I started this month out with watching The Meg because Shark Week was this month and I'd never seen The Meg. This movie came out in like 2018, bruh. I had no idea. I thought that this movie was like recent. I had never seen it. I'd never even seen the trailer. I knew nothing about it other than the fact that it was Jason Statham and a Meg shark. You know what I'm saying? But I actually kind of liked it. I thought that it was like for a funny like I think it knows what it is. It's kind of like Cocaine Bear, where if you go in knowing that the movie is pretty self-aware, it's not that bad. And Rainn Wilson is in it. Got me. And then I watched It Follows. I did this for my It Follows Long Legs double feature thing for Micah Monroe, and I really loved It Follows. Like, I feel like this movie really just continuously stands the test of time. Now, granted, I've read some reviews where people are like, I am totally missing the point of this movie, but I think this is like the definition of like great popcorn horror. I think this movie does that perfectly, and I think the acting is really good. I like, bro, there's this one review where I read someone say, I love that she gives us nothing. I'm here for it. And bro, that's I genuinely felt the exact same way. I really liked her deadpan delivery and just how she was in the movie. I feel like it reflects where the character would be emotionally at that point in time, especially if you're just like so over it. You're just like dejected. I identify with that, so I like the way she played that. I see it. I see the vision of It Follows. And then I watched Long Legs, which I think again still holds up. You know, that movie came out like what, 2 years ago at this point. It's crazy because it feels like it was so much longer ago because of how long the like marketing was for it. You know what I mean? I remember seeing all the like the crime scene photos and shit like that way prior to before even the trailer had dropped. So it feels like this movie came out a little bit longer ago than it did. But I think it was even last year, not even 2 years ago. Jesus Christ. But I just love Nicolas Cage in this movie. I love Micah in this movie. And whoever, oh my God, I always forget the actress's name, but whoever is playing the mom, she's so iconic. I always forget her name. But everyone just does great in this movie. And again, I think it's just like a fun popcorn thriller, you know, with like a little bit of Zodiac in there, a little bit of Silence of the Lambs in there. I know people hate when you make that comparison, but fuck them and hail Satan. And then I watched The Conjuring. I watched The Conjuring because I wanted to. Now, I immediately regretted this, so hear me out. I really wanted to tackle the task of seeing all the movies in the Conjuring universe. So I look at my partner and I'm like, let's go. Let's start with The Conjuring. And I feel like The Conjuring does hold up. I remember it scaring the shit out of me when I was 16, genuinely 15, 16, whatever. And like I just feel like it's a really well done movie, like a haunt horror movie. I was trying to think of before, like pre-Conjuring, how bad like most horror movies were. Now, granted, I said in my review on letterboxd that I feel like The Conjuring has done permanent damage to the horror genre. Like everyone is just trying to copy The Conjuring and like James Wan style of directing haunted horror. But like before that, you really have to understand what we were working with. Like the reason why everyone is like The Conjuring is the best horror movie ever made is because the bar was the bar was in hell. Okay, so like there were like really good ones here and there, obviously, but like specifically with haunted horror, we was working with Dookie, man. And like I said, there were outliers. So take a minute before you hop on the gawk. I'm just saying that prior to The Conjuring, The bar was in hell, okay? No pun intended. I did, however, see like one of the old reviews for this movie saying that this is 5 out of 5. Like, this is the best horror movie ever made. This is genuinely the best horror movie I've ever seen. And then one of the comments was like, sudden loud noises is the future of horror filmmaking. And I was like, oh my god, bro. We all have such different taste, which is what makes it great, right? Right. And then I watched the 1997 version of Funny Games because I had just wanted to show my partner the title card because one of my favorite title cards of all time. And then my partner was like, "What the fuck is this movie even about?" So I was like, "I can leave it on if you want." And they were like, "Bet." So I left it on, and bro, I hadn't seen this movie since I was in high school. I've only seen this version. I haven't seen the American version. Apparently, he did the American version because he wanted to do it in English in the first place. Like, I had no idea. I thought it was just because Americans couldn't read subtitles, which might play into part of the reason why he wanted to do it in America in the first place. But like, I I love this version, and like I said, I haven't seen the other version, but like based even just on like the trailer, like is like the remake even worth seeing? Like, is the American version even worth seeing? I don't know, but I love this movie, and I love the fourth wall breaks. This is one of the first movies that made me love fourth wall breaks, and it's also one of the first movies that like really made me think about how I engage with violence in media, specifically because when I saw it, I was in high school and I was still like looking at like live leak videos and shit like that in my free time. Like, I was a freaky out kid, and I was like watching like Faces of Death and shit and being like, oh my god. So like it really made me take a step back and be like, yo, like this movie is low key about you. Like, this movie is for you. Like, how the fuck, why are you even watching this? Like, why are you engaging with this type of content? Like, what are you getting out of this type of content? And what kind of person is this type of content gonna make you in the future? So, like, this movie, if it wasn't for this movie, who knows? Like, I might have become like a school shooter or something. I don't fucking know. And then I watched Sharknado because Shark Week, and I've seen this movie like a dozen times, bro. And I had watched it with someone who had never seen it. Imagine never seeing Sharknado in 2025. I feel like it's to the point where there's nothing I can even say about this movie. Like, what am I supposed to say that it holds up? I don't fucking know. Everyone has seen Sharknado at this point. You know what? You know what I'm gonna say. Like, it's funny, it's hilarious. I'm only watching it for Tara Reid, though. I'm sorry. I'm literally only showing up for Tara Reid, and I'm only looking at the screen when she's on screen. I'm sorry. And then I watched The Conjuring 2 because Conjuring universe, obviously, like I said, this is as far as we've gotten, by the way. Like, they already lost me, bro. Like, the second one is so, there are parts that I like a lot. A lot. There are parts that I like a lot, specifically the end. The end. Like the credits. Like the end credits where they're showing all the old pictures and like the photos back to back of like the real family and then them, and like, oh my god, that one picture that they recreated of like the kid in the room, she's like flying in midair. That shit is so fucking awesome. Why wasn't the movie that awesome? Oh my god, like there's so many parts that I wish were good that just weren't good, and it made me want to fucking die. And you know what? They almost had it. They almost had it, but they've already lost me. I already hate the Conjuring universe. I'm not gonna lie. And then I watched Jurassic Park 3. I recently watched Jurassic Park 1, and I low-key kind of skipped over Jurassic Park 2, which is crazy because I remember liking Jurassic Park 2. I feel like it's underrated. I feel like I really don't remember much besides Julianne Moore. Cause come on. But I remember liking the film. There are like a lot of scenes from the film that kind of like play in my head, and I'm like, yeah, was that movie not awesome? I should watch that again. But I completely skipped over it, and I wanted to watch Jurassic Park 3 because I remember this movie scaring the fuck out of me when I was little. I remember watching it with my cousins, and they were just like chill, and I was like hiding behind pillows because is this not the scariest one of the franchise? I feel like this is the scariest one of the franchise. There's blood in this one. Like, this one is like the closest we got to like that R-rated Jurassic Park that everyone wanted. Like there's some pretty perilous scenes in this one. I feel like in the first one there were crazy scenes too, but like this one just felt scarier. It just felt scarier in my opinion. I don't know, but like I really like this one, and I think this is as far as I'm gonna make it into Jurassic Park because I really can't stand Chris Pratt. And even though I want to watch the new ones, I feel like it literally is not worth it. Like it's just a waste of my time, right? Why would I watch that, right? Like, can I just watch another movie besides that? Holy shit, right? Right? Am I tripping? Let me know in the comments if I'm tripping. If I need to watch the new Jurassic Park movies, I don't know. Jurassic World. Sorry. And then the movie I watched the most recently is Vertigo. I watched this while I was doing payroll and scheduling and stuff for my store, and I kept getting distracted. Ooh, I kept looking like it's one of the most beautiful movies I've ever seen. Like I remember seeing all the Alfred Hitchcock movies when I was younger because I have boomer parents, and like my siblings, by the time I was old enough to like comprehend film, my siblings were like older teenagers, so like they were watching like Rear Window and Vertigo and The Birds, and I remember watching The Birds for the first time with my dad, and I hate my dad. So like having that like even like just having that like good memory, like I have like Alfred Hitchcock is just automatically associated with like one of the only positive experiences that I have with my dad, that I have with my family in general. So I really wanted to go back and just like revisit that. And now that I'm older, it's just crazy. It's crazy. Like I appreciated it as a child, but now I'm watching Vertigo as an adult and I'm like, "Oh my god." Like like it's perfect. And I don't think it's better than Rear Window. I think Rear Window might be my favorite Hitchcock, as fucking basic as that is. I'm sorry. I just love Rear Window so much. It was one of the first movies that I really remember like just loving. Like even as a kid, like I didn't really even really like comprehend it, but I just remember like loving everything that was happening on the screen. Um but yeah, Vertigo is amazing. I wish my life was filmed in Technicolor. That's all I gotta say. But yeah, those are all the movies that I watched in July. Low key, I'm gonna probably end up watching Sinners tonight and Mickey 17 tomorrow. But those are gonna get separate reviews because they're like newer movies, you know what I'm saying? So movie content is back. Movie content is back. And I'm sorry to the subscribers that I lost when I was doing my own thing, but I do my own thing on this channel. I do my own thing. I post cringe on the internet. Okay, so don't expect any sort of like reliability from me. I'm dead ass serious. I'm so serious. Just like I'm all over the place here. And that's why you should subscribe. You know, because you never know. You literally never know what I'll upload. I'm so serious. And I think that's kind of what makes it fun. I don't even know what I'm gonna post. So fuck if you don't. Make sure if you like the video to actually like the video. It helps me out a lot more than you think in the algorithm. I know y'all be throwing those little likes on there, but you know what? Comment too. Let's engage with each other. Let's talk to each other. Let's have a conversation in the comments. Make sure you let me know in the comments what you watched and all that shit. And if you want to subscribe, subscribe. It's free. Hit the bell so you don't miss anything. Is the bell still a thing anymore? Whatever. Other than that, I'll see you guys in the next one. I love you. Fuck off.